Yeah, Connell, these attacks on our diplomats have baffled investigators for more than 2 years now. They started in Cuba in 2016 at our embassy and then hit again earlier this year at our consulate in southern China. In total, more than 24 U.S. diplomats suffered traumatic brain damage, and in most cases, the victims reported subtle and unusual sensations of sound and pressure. Investigators initially suspected a sonic attack, but some researchers now believe microwave weapons are likely responsible. As the New York Times reports, microwaves can trick the brain into perceiving sounds, and the symptoms from microwave and sonic attacks are very similar: nausea, headaches, hearing loss, and other cognitive issues. But the microwave theory could also explain why not every victim reported hearing strange noises, which the AP previously reported sounded like this. And despite these new reports pointing towards microwaves, a State Department official tells us the investigation into the attacks is ongoing. Connell?
Crazy story. That was rough enough, by the way, in our TV earpieces. Garrett, it's interesting because I'm sure there are many theories out there about who might be behind this, but do U.S. officials really have any idea whose work this is?
Yeah, not that we're aware of it. Initially, a number of lawmakers suggested that Russia was the likely culprit. And while Russia does have the technology to carry out these kinds of attacks, it's not clear that they did so in these cases. So far, there have been multiple investigations, very few answers. After the attacks on U.S. personnel in China and Cuba, those governments conducted their own investigations, both of which turned up empty. The FBI has been investigating the attacks for more than a year and a half now. And earlier this year, the State Department created an interagency task force to respond to the unexplained health incidents. At this point, though, U.S. officials still aren't sure what caused the injuries or who is responsible. Connell?
Scary and strange stuff. Garrett Tenney in Washington.